The movie begin. At a toll booth near a nuclear plant, workers were cleaning up a small mess. A grumpy truck driver zoomed past, blaming them for slowing him down. While he was busy on his phone, he accidentally hit a deer. To his surprise, the deer got up, but something was off. It looked infected. Meanwhile, in Seoul, Seok Woo, a busy fund manager, barely has time for his daughter, Suan, let alone his divorce. After a long day, he realizes he bought Suan the same birthday gift as last year. Suan tells him she wants to visit her mum in Busan. At first, Seok Woo hesitates because of work, but his mother shows him a video of Suan singing at a school recital, a performance he missed. Feeling guilty, Seok Woo decides to take Suan to Busan the next morning. Seok Woo drives Suan to the station, narrowly avoiding a swarm of ambulances and police cars. Suan catches an ember from a distant burning building, making Seok Woo realize something bad is happening. Despite this, they board the train to Busan. On board are a tough guy named Sang Hwa with his pregnant wife Seong Kyung, a high school baseball team, a selfish CEO, elderly sisters In-gil and Jong-gil, and a homeless man who seems to know more about the looming danger. As the train is about to leave, a young woman with a severe bite wound stumbles on board. Outside, the station manager signals for the train to depart, but sees people screaming at something unseen. Through the window, Suan watches as the manager is attacked by a rabid person. Scared, she heads to the bathroom. In another car, a train attendant finds the bitten woman and tries to help her, but the woman turns into a zombie and bites the attendant. Panicking, the infected attendant runs into the car with the baseball team. Both turn into zombies and attack the team, creating a horde. Only 4 students escape: baseball player Yong-guk, his crush Jin-hee, and 2 others. The zombies storm the upper compartments, infecting everyone in their path. Unaware, Suan heads towards the lower cars, looking for a bathroom. Seok Woo wakes up and realizes Suan is missing. He gets a call from a co-worker about violent riots across Korea. Suddenly, panicked passengers from the lower compartments rush past him, screaming. Fearing for Suan's safety, Seok Woo runs the opposite way and spots her standing right in front of an approaching horde of zombies. He grabs her and they run, chased by the zombies. They barely make it back to their compartment, where Seok Woo quickly barricades the door, almost locking out Sang Hwa and his wife, Seong Kyung. The survivors struggle to secure the door and then realize the zombies can't open it and only charge when they see humans. Seong Kyung uses water and newspapers to cover the windows, tricking the zombies into thinking no one is inside. Daegu instead of Busan, as the military is supposed to be there. Yeon-suk, a selfish CEO, calls his friends and learns that all passengers arriving at Daegu will be quarantined. Seok Woo overhears this and quickly calls a co-worker, arranging for a separate pickup to avoid quarantine. When the train arrives at the deserted Daegu station, Seok Woo takes Suan towards the east exit for their pickup, while the others head to the main exit. A homeless man, having overheard Seok Woo's call, follows them. As they walk down the hallway, they spot a soldier in the distance. Relieved, Seok Woo tells Suan to stay put and rushes towards the soldier for help. But as he approaches, he sees the soldier is injured and begging for help. Suddenly, a horde of infected soldiers rounds the corner, trampling and consuming the soldier in front of them. As the rest of the survivors head out the main exit, they spot a group of uniformed men at the bottom of the escalator. To their horror, the soldiers are all infected and the deployment has failed. Panic ensues as several passengers are attacked and infected while scrambling back up the escalator. Inside the station concourse, Seok Woo sees the zombies and tells Suan to run. Seong Kyung takes Suan and runs to the platform, while Sang Hwa, Seok Woo, Yong-guk, and 2 other baseball players fight off the horde. After locking the exit door, they sprint to the train. Yong-guk's 2 friends are attacked and infected upon reaching the platform. Meanwhile, Jin-hee, Yeon-suk, and a few others manage to board the train. As Seong-kyung and Soo-an are boarding, a glass bridge above the train shatters, sending zombies raining onto the platform. Jong-gil is forcibly dragged aboard Jin-hee's compartment, watching helplessly as In-gil, Seong-kyung, and Soo-an run in the opposite direction. Seong-kyung, Soo-an, In-gil, and the homeless man barricade themselves in a bathroom in a lower infected compartment. Meanwhile, Yong-guk, Seok-woo, and Sang-hwa make it to a safe compartment. Sang-hwa calls his wife and learns she is trapped in the bathroom with others. Determined to save them, the three men fight through the lower compartments, discovering the zombies are blind in the dark and react only to sound. Using this to their advantage, they rescue the group and head towards the first compartment. Yong-guk texts Jin-hee that they are coming. However, the others react with hostility and decide to lock the door to keep them out. As Yong-guk tries to break it open, Seok-woo and Sang-hwa struggle to hold off the zombies. Realizing time is running out, Sang-hwa tells Seok-woo to take care of his wife and lets go of the door, allowing the zombies to take him as a distraction. Tearfully, Seok-woo drags Soo-an and Seong-kyung towards the barricaded door. Before being consumed, Sang-hwa manages to tell his wife the name he chose for their unborn son. The locked door is finally broken down, and the survivors rush into the compartment, closing the second door behind them. Sadly, In-gil isn't fast enough and gets eaten. Seok-woo, furious that Sang-hwa and In-gil might have survived if the door hadn't been barricaded, punches Yeon-suk and demands an explanation. Yeon-suk lies, claiming Seok-woo and his group are infected. Fearful, the others force Seok-woo, Soo-an, Seong-kyung, Yong-guk, and Jin-hee into the hallway between compartments. They then tie down the door handle to get them out. Jong-gil, silent and devastated by her sister's death, sees In-gil among the zombies at the door. In a moment of anger and despair, Yong-gil opens the door, letting the zombies flood into the safe compartment. The conductor receives a radio message that Busan has managed to hold off the zombie infection. As they near a station before Busan, debris blocks the track. He announces over the speaker that he will find another train on a clear track to reach Busan. He advises the remaining survivors to follow him, but warns them they'll have to cross zombie-filled tracks. Leaving the cockpit, the conductor finds an empty path and locates a cargo train. He starts it up and begins moving down the track towards Busan, keeping an eye out for any survivors along the way. Seok-woo and his group exit the train, unaware that Yeon-suk has survived by hiding in the bathroom. Hearing the conductor's announcement, Yeon-suk fights through zombies and escapes the train, but they continue to chase him. As Seok-woo's group heads towards the cargo train, a burning freight car rushes towards them. Jin-hee and Yong-guk get separated when the freight car crashes into a nearby train, blocking their path. They enter another train car to cross over, not realizing Yeon-suk is following them, pursued by a zombie. Yeon-suk sacrifices Jin-hee to the zombie, pushing her behind him. Yong-guk fights the zombie off and holds the dying Jin-hee in his arms, apologizing for never expressing his feelings as she turns and bites him. Yeon-suk rushes to the cargo train but twists his ankle on the tracks and is bitten by a zombie. The conductor tries to help, but Yeon-suk betrays him, throwing him to the zombies. Ignoring the conductor's screams, Yeon-suk boards the train alone. Meanwhile, Seok-woo, Soo-an, Seong-kyung, and the homeless man are trapped under a wrecked train full of zombies. The windows threaten to shatter at any moment. Seok-woo finds an opening and begins to crawl under the train, but part of it collapses, sealing the hole before the others can follow. The impact shatters a window and zombies crawl towards the three. In a last act of bravery, the homeless man sacrifices himself to buy time. Seok-woo pulls away the debris, allowing Seong-kyung and Soo-an to escape. They run to the cargo train and climb onto the platform. Seok-woo approaches the cockpit and finds Yeon-suk, now infected, in the conductor's seat. Yeon-suk, still partly lucid, begs Seok-woo to take him home, reciting his address like a child. Seok-woo tells Yeon-suk he is infected. Shocked, Yeon-suk weeps, but quickly turns fully into a zombie. Seok-woo struggles with the zombified Yeon-suk, nearly falling off the train. Soo-an's scream catches Yeon-suk's attention, and he moves to attack Soo-an and Seong-kyung. Seok-woo intervenes, getting severely bitten in the process, but manages to throw Yeon-suk off the train. Realizing he's infected, Seok-woo seats Soo-an and Seong-kyung in the cockpit, instructing them on how to use the brakes once they reach Busan. As he tries to leave, Soo-an begs him to stay, tearfully revealing she didn't finish singing Aloha O at her recital because he wasn't there. She saved the song for him. They share a tearful farewell, Seok-woo holding Soo-an's hands before forcing himself to lock the cockpit door from outside. Fighting the infection, Seok-woo recalls his happiest memories with Soo-an as an infant, cradling her and holding her tiny fingers and toes. As the infection fully takes hold, his eyes turn white and his veins darken, but his thoughts remain on Soo-an. Smiling towards the sky, Seok-woo falls off the train car onto the tracks. Whether he fell due to the infection or jumped to protect Soo-an and Seong-kyung remains unclear, but his final moments are filled with love for his daughter. His train car arrives at the tunnel leading to Busan Station, but is blocked by debris. Seong-kyung and Soo-an exit and walk down the tunnel, unaware they're being watched by the Busan military. As the sniper takes aim, Soo-an starts singing Aloha O, mourningly but determinedly. Her song helps rally the exhausted Seong-kyung. Hearing Soo-an's voice, the soldiers realize they are not infected and rush to their aid.